Good day to all students. Today we will see MCQ and fill in the blanks of second chapter. MCQ ಮತ್ತೆ fill in the blank of file handling chapter. First we will see questions on file opening basics. File opening. What is the default mode when opening a file using open? And the default mode while opening a file is write, read, append, binary. So it is read. Whenever we are opening file, by default it will set it as read if you are not setting mode ಅನ್ನು ಸೆಟ್ ಮಾಡದೇ ಇದ್ರೆ read ತಗೊಳ್ತದೆ. Which function is used to open a file in Python? File open open file. So it is B, open. Which of the following modes creates a new file if it does not exist? Which of the following modes creates a new file if it does not exist? R, W, RB, R plus. So R is read, it is not for creation. W for writing. RB read mode when there is a binary file. R plus read as well as create, but it is W. Modes creates a new file if it does not exist. It is B, W. Next, questions on reading files and file modes. Which method reads the entire content of a file as a string? Read line, read all, read line. It is read. If you give bytes here, it will read number of bytes. If you are not giving anything, means it will read the entire file. Text file, question 5. Text file can be opened using which mode? WT, TXT, R, all of the above. That is R, read mode. What does the A mode do? Appends data at the end of the file, opens file for reading only, opens file for writing only, deletes the file content. So it is appends data at the end of the file. File types and operation. That means the questions on file types and operation. Question 7. Which of the following is not a type of file in Python? Text file, binary file, CSV file, graph file. Text file is there, binary file is there, comma separated value file is there, but graph file is not there. D. Question 8. What is the correct way to close an opened file F? If the file name is F. Close F, F dot close, file dot close F. So that is F dot close, B. Which statement reads one line from a text file? F dot read, F dot read line, F dot read lines, F dot read all. That is F dot read line, B. The questions on advanced file operation. Which function is used to force writing buffer to a file? Flush, write, buffer, update. That is flush. Even there may be F flush or F flush. So the meaning is flush means cleanse everything and restart the writing or buffering operation. By that the performance will be improved. Performance improve ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಫ್ಲಶ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. Setting the file pointer. 11th question. Setting the file pointer position is achieved by f dot seek, f dot place, f dot pointer, f dot move. That is f dot seek. We can move to one particular point by using f dot seek. 12th question. What is the main use of binary file? Storing images and videos, storing programs, storing only text data, storing input value. It is storing images and videos. So questions on file traversal and pickle module. Question 13. To traverse all lines in a file, which is the correct method? For line in F colon, while F colon, next F, iterate F. So to traverse all lines in a file, which is the correct? For line in F colon. F may be a file name. That is A. The pickle module is used for string concatenation, serializing objects, sorting files, encrypting files. That is serializing objects. And which is the method for deserialization? Method for the serialization is dump and deserialization is load. Question 15. Which method is used to write list of strings to a file? List of strings means then many number of strings. Write is for write lines is to write many strings. So that is answer is write lines. File mode and extension. That means some questions on file modes and extension. Question 16. What will happen if a file is opened using R mode and it does not exist? File is created, error is raised, file is deleted, nothing happens. So error is raised. If a file is opened using R mode and if it does not exist means it will raise the error. Question 17. Which mode is used for reading and writing to a file? R plus, RW, W plus and RR. Maybe R plus, that is A. Read as well as for the writing, R plus. Next question 18. What is the typical extension for Python script file? .python, .py, .txt, .bin. That is .py is the Python extension. This is for the text file and this is for binary file. It's not .python. The extension name must be within 3 or 4. Only for Java there will be a 4, but for all other things it will be only 3. Java, HTML there will be 4, and for all other things like C, C++, even then Python, for everything it will be maximum 3, but for Python only 2. Then on file modes and extension, some more question. Question 19. Which of the following can be used to store Python objects in a file? Pickle, text, CSV, XML. So it is pickle. Question 20. Which function from the pickle module is used to load a Python object from a binary file? Dump, write, load, read. As the name suggests, it is load. Now fill in the blanks. The function used to open a file in Python is open. To read the entire content of a file, use the dash method. To read the entire contents of a file, use the read method. Read with parentheses. The file mode A stands for append. If a file needs to be opened for both reading and writing, the mode used is W plus or R plus. Now reading and writing means R plus. The method to move the file pointer to a specified position is seek. S-E-E-K then parentheses. Then sixth question. To write a string to a file, we use the method dash. To write string to a file, we will use write. To ensure that the file is always closed after operation, it is best to use the with statement. With the statement. Eighth question. The method to read one line from a file at a time is read line. The method to return the current position of the file pointer is tell. T-E-L-L. For serializing objects to a file, the module used is pickle. The mode used for opening a file in binary write mode is WB. WB. The statement for line in F colon allows you to dash all lines in a file. Allows you to read all lines in a file. Question 3. If a file is not found when opening in R mode, Python raises a exception. The method to read all lines of a file into a list is method to read all lines of a file into a list is readlines. The function to force Python to write the buffered contents to the file is flush. To close a file, the method used is close. If the file already exists, opening in W mode will dash its content. If the file already exists, opening in W mode will destroy its content. Even we can say overwrite its content. A binary file stores data in the form of dash. A binary file stores data in the form of 0 and 1 or binary. The method to write multiple lines to a file is write lines. Pickle module works with dash files. Pickle module works with binary files. Answer for all the questions are given here. Even you can refer. ನೀವು ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. MCQ ಫಿಲ್ ಇನ್ ಅದ್ರ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾವುದಿದ್ದಾವೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. ನಾನು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ಹೀಗೆ ಬರ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದನ್ನು ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಆದರೆ ಅದೇ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸಿ ದ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್, ಬಟ್ ದ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕವರ್ಡ್ in this MCQ and fill in the blank. Thank you students. God bless you.